What are the chances of this one being the run? Very low. Wait. I want to start recording in case anything stupid happens. Yeah, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I honestly don't know what we're gonna be seeing. I mean, the tweet says that it'll be mainly focusing on games that come out this year. But I think last time they did that, they also announced quite a few of games that weren't even gonna come out till next year. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Breath of the Wild 2 in one way or another, whether if they talk about it and say they won't have news till next year, or if they show us gameplay. I don't see why they wouldn't show us gameplay, because it's been a while since they've talked about Breath of the Wild 2. And it's not like that game got reset like Metroid Prime 4. I don't think we'll hear about Metroid Prime 4. I would say we won't hear anything about that game till next year, so if we hear anything, I'd be extremely surprised. I don't know why you don't just buy a new one. Yeah, I find that very odd. I would have just bought a new one. Yeah, but all of your data gets deleted, and then you have to send it and then receive it. And that takes a lot of time. I don't know. Make sure there's no game inside of it. I would also make sure, well, like, if the damn console doesn't turn on, it'd be impossible to check, but make sure that your credit card isn't attached to the Switch. Well, yeah, you would definitely have to take that out. I mean, you've mentioned they probably have given you new ones over fixing yours, so leaving that in is gonna cause it to, you know, be forever gone. Forever gone, it's gonna be forever gone. But yeah, I doubt we'll hear anything about Metroid Prime 4. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something about Breath of the Wild 2. But if we definitely don't hear anything about it this year, we'll definitely hear something about it next year. Someone mentioned that they want a Star Fox or F-Zero. I doubt that's gonna happen, just because Nintendo always wants to be, like, super innovative when it comes to their games for some reason. And Star Fox is, like, one of those huge games as to them wanting to do something new or something more with their console. Like, Like, Nintendo's HD Rumble is fine, but come on, just stop with that crap. HD Rumble and motion, like, it's fun, but if you're gonna have it in your game, make sure we can turn it off. Because no one wants to mess with that crap. It's not fun. And another huge reason as to why Nintendo doesn't really make Star Fox games is because they never sell well. And the reason why never sell well is because Nintendo wants to keep shoving their stupid bullcrap into the game. Like, oh, we're gonna make it so you have to move around with your console. Oh, but for those people that are docked, you won't be able to play it because you need to move the console around. It's like, wow. They're obviously going to talk about the Mario and Rabbids game because, you know, it's a Nintendo game. I've never been a fan of F-Zero anyway, so I could really care less about that. If they're only announcing games that are going to be coming out this year, I seriously doubt they're going to be introducing any new games, but it's been some time since they've made a new Yoshi game, right? I want to say another, like, the latest Yoshi game was that one where you could, like, go into the background and crap, like turning the entire level around, but I don't know anything about that. I'm not even sure if it was a good game or not. I'm going to keep complaining that they don't put out another Earthbound game, yet they keep using the characters from it and a bunch of other stuff. That is true. If you didn't play... Sorry, it's really hard to read sometimes. Yeah, like you mentioned, like, that's another thing. Like, sure, they keep releasing nests and all this crap from Earthbound and among other games that, you know, they stopped selling and making, but yet they keep using the characters. So, as you mentioned, like, they keep using these characters and putting them into other games. But for anyone that's brand new, like, they don't know anything about those games. So why do they even keep doing it? I want to say they mainly do it for the Japanese culture, because you have to think about it in the sense that those games are from Japan, so obviously they're going to go for their people first. Hence why there's so many, like, not horror, like anime and sword fighters in Smash, because that's a really big thing in Japan. the end of the day, you know, they gotta satisfy their own customers first. I've never. Oh, I think I already said this. I've never been a fan of F-Zero. I don't really like how supposedly fast the game moves. Like, just moving the car left and right can be pretty sickening. So whenever they do, like, freaking speedruns of it on GDQ for F-Zero, like, oh my gosh, it's just so boring. Like, I get it, you're really fast, and you can skip large chunks of the track because of your speed, but holy god, man, it is boring as hell. You're just sitting there just watching this freaking car go in circles. Like, there's nothing fun about that. They put Captain Falcon in a bunch of stuff, but everyone by now, you know, who isn't old is like, who's Captain Falcon? Yeah, I don't care if they put one out either. I'm just annoyed by the fact that his legacy lives on without a game. No, I mean, I can agree with you. We don't have to play the games to be annoyed by the fact that Nintendo just, like, wants to keep these characters alive via putting them in other games, but don't actually want to release a game for them for some reason. Like, yeah, just because I don't like certain things doesn't mean I don't want those games to also be out. Having more games is always awesome. But, like, what else could Nintendo be showing that would be coming out this year other than games that we already know exist and that will be coming? As far as what those games even are, again, I have no idea, because I don't really pay attention to Nintendo like that. I mean, it would be nice if we hear something new, but again, they tweeted out that it'll be mainly focusing on games that come out this year, so unless there's something in the works that they're gonna suddenly pop out of nowhere, like, we're not really gonna get much from it. Like, the biggest thing that we could possibly get is Bayonetta 4, Metroid Prime 4, or freaking Breath of the Wild 2 information. Is it Bayonetta 4 or is it Bayonetta 3? I have no idea. I didn't really like Bayonetta. It might be Bayonetta 3. I didn't really like Bayonetta. I played it. I thought it was okay. It's kind of, if you don't know what Bayonetta is, it's basically, it's basically like Devil May Cry 1, but with a female protagonist. That's pretty much it. Yeah, Bayonetta was okay. I was a bigger fan. Like, if I'm comparing my memories with Bayonetta 1 versus Devil May Cry 1 back in the day, like, I definitely enjoyed Devil May Cry way more. The thing is I can't even remember the last time I played Devil May Cry 1 besides, like, the newer versions that they ended up releasing. Which is not anything like the original ones. And I also never played, like, the one where they brought back Dante either. Well, Devil May Cry is kind of like a fighting game, so I'm surprised you didn't like it. Yeah, in my opinion... Oh, in my opinion, Devil May Cry was kind of like a fighting game. You keep up the combos in order to get more points. The more points that you get, you can buy more upgrades, I want to say. I know I remember having a lot of fun with Devil May Cry 1, but again, like, my memories for that are such a long-ass time ago. So, like, having a new Bayonetta for me is just like, meh. Like, I'm sure other people will like it. Apparently, Splatoon 3 finally came out, and I haven't heard anyone talk about that. But then again, for the longest time, I thought that Splatoon 3, I thought that Splatoon 3 had come out for, like, the longest time when it never did. Oh, is he? I don't know anything about Splatoon. I never played it, so I have no idea what makes Splatoon good. I can't imagine that being any different from Splatoon 1 and 2. I haven't had a chance to watch Timmy stream in a while. So never played any of those. I've seen some videos. I just don't know if it'd be something I'd want to get into. No, but your kids might. So I'm surprised you haven't checked that out. Looks like it's a competitive game. I don't know. I better not play it. If I don't know, I don't know. Well, there is an aspect to that. It is kind of like an arena game. It's 5 versus 5. It's a 5 versus 5 game. Or 6, I don't know. It's an arena game, 5 versus 5. Let's just put that. And you basically, it's basically like Overwatch or Fortnite, but instead of you going against other people, the plan is literally to is to paint as much of the arena as you possibly can. So instead of killing each other, you're just painting, and the Splatoons are not dying. They just revert back to their normal state, I guess you could say. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, But yeah, there is a single player to the game. So there is a story to the game. But that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I don't know how much more different the game could possibly be from the first and second one if everything about the game is already... I guess done before? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know what makes the game fun. Yeah, I wish I could say I know what you mean. I don't, unfortunately. I've never enjoyed being competitive against anything with anyone. Yeah, I've never been competitive with anything besides myself. Or, you know, speedrunning, of course. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yeah, there's a program called Parsec. I hear a lot of people do Parsec because the online of it is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's Parsec. You basically join people's games. You don't have to have the game in order to play it. You just have to have someone that's sharing their game in order to play it, if that makes sense. So the way Parsec works, it's basically... if I own a co-op game, but you don't, and you want to play the game with me, I can just share my game with you, and you'd be able to basically enter my PC like as if you were in front of me, and we'd be able to play that way. Steam has that. I just don't know what Steam calls it. There's a word that gave it, but I don't remember what it is. It's basically that. No, you dumb motherfudger! I can't even kill myself. Ah, piece of crap. I should have just went backwards. Fudging loser, man. Yeah, and parsec is Parsec. That's all it is. But I've never been competitive with anything, so... You get away from me with that damn coin? With the chance of me fighting with people over video games? $38.29. I should have saved it. I'm probably dead now. I didn't die. Well, other than that one mistake that I frickin' did, everything's actually been pretty good. There is still a chance of me dying. I'm not even gonna get sub 36, man. Come on. Hey. It would not have been a sub 31 because I lost 30 seconds on that. It would have been 32:13. Well, I mean, this run was not bad at all, besides the fact that I ended up using the crow instead of freaking teleportation. I should have just turned back, but I didn't. The reason why I ended up saving 6 minutes here is because that's where I ended up stopping, but otherwise it would have just been the same thing. I'm not sure why I ended up saving a minute here, but again, it doesn't matter because it was just all practice. Yeah, I mean, besides that one giant mistake in Quest 2, everything was fine, so I'll just leave this as my last run for Submit to Robert with casual, no major glitches, and then we'll move on over to the next part. Because we ended up changing the ruling. Before, it was as soon as you click submit, that's where the run would end. But we ended up changing it to the last text box. So I'm going to have to change every single time that that exists for Submit to Robert and add the amount of time that you would need when it comes to submitting times, which kind of sucks, but there aren't that many runs, so it's not like it's going to take that long. Yeah, I mean, it was a really good run. I just ended up fudging up on Quest 2, but that's less mess ups than Belphegor, that's for damn sure. That's another world record down the drain. Another one bites the dust. I'm gonna have all the world records, just you watch. Yeah, I hope Nintendo announces something really cool, but I doubt it. I'm gonna watch it, but I seriously doubt I'm gonna be impressed with anything that they show. Besides, again, maybe Breath of the Wild 2. Oh, pew.